Hi, I'm Marianne Williamson. President Biden deserves our respect and our compassion and our gratitude. But the debate on Thursday night made it very clear that the Democrats need a new nominee on the ballot in November. The nominating process for the Democratic Party needs to begin again. We need to recalibrate, and we need to do so quickly. We need to have the conversation over the next 2 months that we should have been having over the last year and a half. A serious dialogue about what's happening in this country and what it will take to beat Donald Trump. Today, I throw my hat in the ring, and I look forward to a meaningful campaign and an open convention in August. It's imperative that this new process not be guided by media and party elites who are playing in the background, engineering, manipulating anything. This must be a genuinely democratic process. I've received 500,000 votes in the primary season, and over the last year, I have been traveling this country, and I have seen up close and personal the ravages of body and soul that dot the landscape of our nation. I know how much people are desperate for change. And not only did I bear witness to problems, I articulated solutions that I know speak to the hearts and the minds of people on the left and on the right and in the middle. With my candidacy, I submit to the American people that a better way forward is possible, and it's also necessary. I am the candidate who both foresaw the crisis in our party and had the courage to act on it. I have seen firsthand the economic anxiety that invisibly shackles millions of Americans. I have spoken to it consistently over the last year and a half. And I'm deeply aware that when we take the decency and the intelligence and the yearning for change in the hearts of so many millions of Americans, we will have a political breakthrough that is historic in this country. And yes, we will win the presidency in November. But we will not win by repackaging the status quo, because the status quo has failed the majority of the American people. We will win by being honest about what's really happening in this country, with an agenda that improves people's material conditions over the next 4 years. Let me say this again, we will win in November. Donald Trump has no plans to improve anybody's life over the next 4 years. That's our job, and we must do it. We will win by standing for fundamental new beginnings, delivering on a transformational vision of Medicare for all, tuition-free higher education and tech school, and a guaranteed living wage. We will win with an economic bill of rights, establishing an economy that works for people rather than millions of people living their lives working for the economy. We will win with a plan to wage peace as effectively as we wage war, repudiating the undue influence of a forever war machine. We will win by committing to the end of poverty. We will win with a historic commitment to America's children. We will win by treating climate change as the global emergency that it is. We will win by putting the safety of America's food supply and the health of the American people before soulless, ill-gotten profits. And we will win by dismantling America's war on drugs, building a world-class network of recovery for every addict. We will win by offering the American people a much better deal than what they are receiving now. Let me repeat, we will win in November. And in order to do that, we need to revive the spirit of the American people. Do we need changes in policies? Yes, we do. But that alone will not be enough, for there is hopelessness that is rampant in this country. For the last 40 years, I've worked up close and personal with people whose lives were in trouble, and I know something about restoring faith in what's possible. As a writer, as a speaker, as an entrepreneur, and as a nonprofit activist, I've reached millions of people who were looking for hope that things could be better in their lives. I have helped to provide that hope, and that's exactly what I'll do as a candidate, and it's what I will do as President of the United States. The American people need to rise up now. We need to make it very clear that we are ready to meet this moment in our history. We are ready to forge a new coalition of decency and love. We are ready to say no to all forces of dictatorial power, whether they be political or economic. For we realize that a government of the people and by the people and for the people has been replaced by a government of the donors, by the lobbyists, and for the corporations. We, the people, will no longer tolerate this. I'm ready, and I hope you'll join me. I want to go to Washington to co-create with you a new chapter in American history. It will start with our victory in November, but that will be just the beginning. The political industrial complex has had its way with us for far too long, and it's our turn now. Please go to Marianne2024.com. Do what you can, and let's get started.